Hello, my friends. Today we are exploring a virtual dinosaur museum. We're going to go watch his video right now because I think he does a better job explaining everything because he's a real paleontologist and this is his 3D virtual museum. You should definitely go watch this video if you want. So let's watch this. He has some beautiful hair. You'll see here in a second.
Bam!
Oh, hey,
Did I
thanks
get you
for the
with cat
follow,
video
Rita.
Fake out? Works every time. Hi there, and welcome back to the channel. My name is Benjamin Moeller, and I'm a paleontologist, which means that I work with the remains of long-lost organisms, including this mastodon here.
Hey, Gob, thank you.
And today marks
Appreciate
2
it.
years since I began my independent educational project on Patreon called The Parent-Teacher Guide to Paleontology. Basically my way of saying that I make educational content geared towards adult and mature student audiences. So as part of this project, I've been writing a number of articles, including research notes on fossils, wildlife, Q&As, book reviews, all that sort of thing, totaling over 165,000 words published since
this guy's
August
incredible.
of 2022. I'm going to put the exact word count down below.
Huge amount
as
of
well as
stuff published.
producing a number of videos from the field, writing, editing, and uploading while I'm still out in the middle of nowhere looking for fossils, all of which serves to kind of give away a lot of this paleontological knowledge and expertise that I've been accruing over the course of my career. And I just want to first of all say thank you to all of my patrons, not just on my behalf because I'm able to support myself while doing this work, but also because I can then release this stuff to the public later on so that everybody can enjoy the same stuff. So to all of my patrons, seriously, thank you. It means a ton. It means a lot.
I'm not trying to react to this video, by the way. I'm just trying to let this explain itself.
The full scope of the project was intended to be because I wasn't sure I'd be able to actually fulfill that, right? I'm not the type of person who likes to overpromise or say I'm going to do something that I'm not 99% sure that I'm able to do. And I'm ready to finally unveil, as we start year 3 on PT Paleo, what that broader project is. And that is that I am building a virtual and free natural history museum program for everybody to enjoy. So what does that actually mean? Well, over the past 10 months, I've been learning a software program called Unreal Engine 5.
He built it on Unreal, what a Chad.
Software development, music development, as well as photogrammetry, which is a technique that involves turning objects, such as this mastodon tooth, using photos to turn it into a 3D object that can then be loaded into an engine such as Unreal to create a virtual environment basically within a video game that you can interact with and use to explore. So I've just shown you a couple of sneaky clips of what that's going to look like, but the full unveiling of this project will happen on Friday, September 13th. So Friday the 13th of next month, I will be showing you the full details, the first official unveiling of this program called SHADOWBOX, Mausoleum of Natural History. I'm so excited to finally be able to show this. It's been killing me not being able to talk about it again because I wasn't sure I'd be able to actually pull this off. I'm a paleontologist and not a software designer. I never thought I'd be building basically a video game. And yet here we are because I realized that it was actually possible and that it's time to finally try it, right? And this is something that I've always really wanted to do, and the technology and basically my own competency hasn't always been there, but I'm finally there and it's finally time to do it. So again, Friday, September 13th to see the full unveiling of SHADOWBOX. If you're interested in continuing to push along development on this, and if you're ready to get on board, please go to patreon.com/ptpaleo. I'll have it all written down over here. And sign up. And basically that money goes to help not just this development, not just me writing and producing videos, but also building this project that I will be releasing iterations of probably forever, right? This is a huge thing for me that I've always wanted to do. And so basically, you know, the more help that I can get in developing it, the better it's going to be, the faster I'm going to be able to put updates out. I don't have an exact estimate for when the first demo will be available. I'm going to talk about that on September 13th, but reassured, I've got people that are playing it right now and play testing it for me, and I just want to get it in a good enough state before I push it out to everybody else for you guys to try it out, let me know what you think, and then give feedback so I can incorporate and make this thing a truly accessible and interactive and hopefully something that expresses really my love for paleontology and my hope for everyone to be able to benefit from the knowledge that every paleontologist has been cobbling together over the last several hundred years. So it's a big project, but I'm really excited to take it on, and I need your support. So let's get this done, and I'll see you on Friday the 13th.
That was Benjamin Moeller, basically the paleontologist behind this project. He has a big YouTube channel in which he talks about, like, he has like Turd Tuesday. He talks about like Tyrannosaurus tooths and stuff like that, fossils and whatnot. This is all pretty cool stuff if you're sort of into this. I mean, I'm not too much into it, but like you said, Kendron, everybody wants to be a paleontologist when you're a kid and go look up dinosaur bones and stuff like that. And it's just too cool, really and truly. I agree with you. That's kind of the introduction from him. It's really incredible. So we start off in this. It should have music somewhere. It doesn't really seem to work that much. The music isn't quite there. Because like right now it's just like dead silent, but earlier it's not. And we're actually like a dinosaur. You can kind of see our hand in the bottom left. It's pretty cool. So we're like a little dinosaur walking around. And yeah, and they all have like, you know, tons of QR codes you're supposed to scan and bring up like more information on a phone. And I've noticed this little coin. I don't exactly know what it is, but I assume it's a older currency of something. Even the little dinosaur skulls up here themselves has the coin is circling inside the head. I thought this was pretty cool. Hey Dinley, welcome in. Deli, I mean. Cave bear skull found in Germany. And so this is kind of what it is. I really like this project because when I first saw it, I was like, this is going to be kind of bad with the models not being very good, and it's going to be, you know, very rough 3D. But as you can see, the photorealistic bones of this stuff is incredible, right? Like the 3D modeling that they would have to do to actually make these 3D models exactly how it's supposed to look is pretty good. And it's all Unreal, which, you know, Unreal is supposed to specialize in 3D graphics. So they absolutely did a fantastic job. Okay, over here's the same bear skull. All right. So yeah, and you can go around and find little collectibles and whatnot, and independent funding to be free from corporate, government, and religious censorship. That, hey Zon, welcome in. Big skull. No, it's huge, and this is just the start. Just call me Din. I changed my name to Din Daily because my character's name is Din. Oh, okay. Well, welcome in, Din. Nice to see you in, buddy. Hope you enjoy dinosaurs and whatnot. Yeah, and there's no AI here, so that's pretty good. All right, so let's continue on. I resisted so hard to play this game earlier. Show me your teeth and I will show you who you are. Okay, so you can see every single bone here, just the intro bones. I am the type of guy who goes to museums, by the way. I love museums, and that is like my favorite date spot because I don't just run through the museum. I actually take my time to look at everything. Of course, the bones are going to kind of be the same and whatnot, of course. Oh, I didn't notice it actually shows where it is on the dinosaur itself. Oh, that's cool. The Zuniceratops. I can't pronounce that. Horned dinosaur lower jaw. Oh, that's pretty cool. Found in New Mexico. Let's see, what is this? A dinosaur tooth. Yank that molar out of there. Oh, it doesn't have it on the end. That's disappointing. But that's pretty cool. Man, look at the ridges. Gosh. Giant freaking tooth. So you're saying we're on? Yes, we are on a date. I've tricked all of you. I love dinosaurs, especially Jurassic Park. Well, Den, this game is free on Steam. So yes, I love dinosaurs as well. My favorite is the Triceratops for sure. Either that or the Brontosaurus. All the dinosaurs have changed in my lifetime. There's been a lot of revisions. Man, look at, so that's his mastodon's tooth. Those are some giant, I guess, little divots. What do you call that in the tooth? So it mashes up the vegetables pretty well and whatnot, like a mortar and pestle. That's pretty cool. On our date, what do you pay for dinner? Yeah, what do you guys want for dinner after the date? Specialty galleries. Okay, what else is good looking over here? There's a lungfish tooth. Fish has teeth, right? Oh, look at that. The ridges on it. Okay, what is this over here? Don't want to go too slow and bore everyone. Croc jaw fragment. Okay, so that's a crocodile. And this is the giant freaking tooth over here. Look at that. Wait, yeah, this is a Wally rhino molar. So this is the molars from the ancient rhinoceros, or well, I say rhinosaurus, but the ancient rhinos that existed. McDonald's, just like a Wario free game. Yeah, I know, right? I always say that. Free, free, free. I don't mean to do that. I promise I do buy games to play them. We're going to McDonald's? I mean, hey, that's good enough. American Mastodon Molar. Cool. And see, this is all photographed by him. That's actually pretty incredible. That's more of a different angle. No, that's the same angle. Okay. Fossil Friday number 39. Yeah, and so he's done like podcast video breakdowns of like a lot of this stuff. So you just scan the QR code, it'll like take you to that. So this is it of the specialty gallery. So I imagine his plan is going to be to put in like a bunch of podcast stuff here and just have a blast with everything. McDonald's best dinner choice. Yep. I'm getting everyone the Happy Meal. Don't worry. I will pay for your Happy Meal. All right, so there's crypts being sealed. What is this? Okay, this is the music. Yeah.
Hello there. My name is Benjamin Moeller. I'm a paleontologist, and I'd like to welcome you to SHADOWBOX. Ever since I was a little kid, I've always wanted to open a museum, but even I never thought I'd get quite this far. This is the Mausoleum of Natural History, a place where you can see fossils up close and personal from the comfort of your own home. I'm very excited to debut this software, which includes 3D scans and photographs of real fossils, including many that I found myself out in the field. SHADOWBOX is very much a work in progress, something that will be continually improved on over time, which is why we're releasing into Steam Early Access, with a first beta Windows version coming out on January 1st, 2025. The game will be free to play during beta testing and will continue to be free even after it's been released into its first full version, so don't hesitate to download, explore, and then send us some feedback so we can learn more about how to make this the most educational, engaging, and accessible experience possible. I'm so excited to finally bring this project to the public, and I hope you are too. I can't wait to hear what you have to say. Thank you, and good luck.
All right, and that was Benjamin Moeller welcoming us into it. So yeah, there's like tons of stuff here. Let's see, there's different ages. And like I said, I'm not a paleontologist myself. I know very little about it. We came a long way from janky 90s pre-rendered dino museums. We did, I know. This is what, see, this type of stuff is what photorealistic is supposed to be meant for. These ultra HD, highly realistic graphics. In my opinion, like this is what it's all for sure. How do these people find fossils? I've been looking all my life and never found anything. You got to go to the backyard. Okay, how's your backyard? I only find dud grenades when I do the digging. See, you have to go to places where World War II wasn't fought. That's where they're hiding all the dinosaurs down here in America, you know? We just go out in the backyards and suddenly it's right there. I've probably got a few dinosaur bones in my backyard. Teleport to the Martin Formation. Graveyard. See, this is what I was talking about. Look, we're going to Arizona. Bone City. Hexagonorrhea. That sounds like a disease. Kingdom and Amelia. Talks about all the kingdom, phylum, class, order. You know, all that stuff you learned in school. What was that? There's like a... That's his signature, Benjamin Moeller's signature. I didn't realize that. He's very stylized with the bees and stuff like that. He really likes the triangles, it seems like. Fossil coral colony. Hexagonorrhea. It kind of looks like it's like a nautilus type thing. Like it's like nautilus plus coral. I don't know exactly how to explain it. He found all of this. He found his own fossils. This is pretty cool. He says most of them are found by him. Devonian aged coral from the Martin Formation of Arizona. What is the Martin Formation? The only stuff I find under my backyard is just a bunch of ants and also clay. Yeah, those ants. You eat the ants, right? Free calories. Devonian aged coral from the Martin Formation, more of that. But what is the Martin Formation? But yeah, it would be nice if there was like a section, a block of text or something where it's like, oh, what is the Martin Formation? It's this thing out in Arizona, which I assume it's this thing out in Arizona that's like all of this is a part of. Maybe it's like a structure or an old fossil structure. I'm not too sure. Tiktaalik, the skull of the transitional fish. Why is it called the transitional fish? Oh, that's his eye. So this is like monsters you kind of see in modern day video games where I could just see like the eyes placed in and stuff like that. Hey, Stripe Pantsu. Hey, welcome in, buddy. How are you doing today? I hope you're doing all right. We're looking through a museum Was a lobe-thin fish very close to the ancestors of tetrapods, including you. Oh, my ancestor. Just imagining that meme right now. They're fire ants. I don't want to risk it. Oh, those are spicy ants. That's the spiciness. I love spicy food. The fossil coral colony. Yeah, so you can see like the corals like growing out of it and stuff like that. That's really neat. And also I wish, so there is no way to move the 3D. And I wish there was. Like, I know if I can do like middle mouse button, I can't move it. Normally in 3D model viewers, you can move it. Kind of like Blender. Like I assume a lot of this stuff is probably in Blender maybe. I'd be curious. I'm gonna ask him on the forum after this to see if he did Blender or not. But yeah, usually in Blender you can like move the cube around with the middle mouse button, I think. And just have like Blender hotkeys. That would be pretty cool if you had a 3D gallery that mimicked Blender hotkeys. It almost looks like mushrooms too. All right. Is this the same? No, this is a different colony. Okay, so this is a different render of the colony. Man, look at that. So it seems like it's wrapped upon some stone. Maybe that is, no, I think the entire thing is the coral colony. Oh, that's pretty cool. What's this one? Oh wow, this one's definitely fleshy. You can sort of see like some of like the boils on it a little bit. Singiriopora. Paleontology. Yes, I know. This is real paleontology. This is where it all began, I assume. Where with coral lives and the transitional fish. Oh, okay, I get it now. Wait, so the transitional fish, is this the thing from the memes? You know what I'm talking about, right? Where it's like fish going on land meme. Yeah, it's this. No, it is. It is this. Okay, I didn't realize that. All right, here. Hold on. It's this. This is what this is. Oh man, see, if I was him, I would have put this meme in this 100%. I'm very shocked he did not. I say it's a meme, but like, you know. Right, exactly. Go back in time and move the transitional fish off the stuff. Yeah, I say it's a meme. That's how I digest culture. So does everyone these days. But no, it's a real thing, apparently. It's not just a meme. All right, what is this thing? I don't know what that is. Can't interact. The tabulophyllum? The tabulophyllum. Oh, thank you for the pronunciation. I'm just now realizing. It's pretty cool. So some more corals here. And again, it really reminds me sort of... No, that's definitely a shell. Like, that is definitely a seashell there. That's pretty cool. It's the fossil horn coral. Okay. What species can you identify? Oh, so there's a map coming soon of all of this stuff. More of a coral colony. Devonian aged coral from Arizona. This is definitely feels very tentacle-ish. You know, that tentacle, or the, what is it, the tentacle right there? It's pretty cool. The sonosteum, space between polyps. So that's what you call them, the polyps. Thermopora. Syringospora. Neat. Those are noodles. I would eat those. Just, that's exactly my mac and cheese right there. Tube-shaped skeleton. Base of the coral. So there's different types of shapes the coral has. That's pretty cool. Some of them have the little polyps, and some of them got the tubes. All right. So that ends up this exhibit. Let's go back over out here. Which one are we going in? The Carboniferous, the Permian. I'm going to just go straight up to the Triassic because that's really where we're all wanting to go, right? It's the dinosaurs. Well, I guess afterwards, there's many of them that have the Jurassic. No, it's the Jurassic, not Triassic. Duh, like Jurassic Park. Where's it? Oh no, crypt sealed. Unseal the crypt. I want to see the dinosaurs right now. Okay, we're gonna go back in here. Welcome to the Triassic. There's the Von Clevia, fanged reptilian predator from Ghost Ranch. Never heard of Ghost Ranch before, but I assume that's probably a place where they found tons and tons of fossils. Yeah, that's pretty neat. The dentistry. Look at his jank teeth. He needs to go brush your teeth right now if you haven't. The skull of the Mausoleum. Neomorphic bones separating the left and right nasal bones. Okay, so that's what that bone is called, and I assume that that's in all kinds of mammals and reptiles nowadays because it all evolved from like the same skull and stuff. Photo of skull in right lateral view taken by Benjamin Moeller. What is this little purple imprint here? Maybe they drew on the fossil at one point in time, like kind of stamped it. The Phytosaur ostodurums. And it looks like there's supposed to be music here that maybe I have to go find and unlock somehow. The hip bone. Wow. Wanted to go on the other side of it. Trying to see if like there's a joint connector. Yeah, you see that little divot right there? I imagine there's some sort of connected to another bone right there where there's like the indent. Kind of see that there? That's what I was kind of looking for. That's definitely the outside, and that's probably the inside. Man, that's so cool that he got that captured. That's neat. The giant amphibian skull fragment. Ah, so a giant frog skull? Or something like that. Something broke off somehow, some way. Part of his giant skull. Wow, millions of years old. All right, what is this guy? Same thing. That's pretty cool. That's how big it's supposed to be. I assume this is all life to scale. My gosh, that's just a fragment of his head. Good lord. Good lord. Yeah, this is the same thing too, just different ones. So that's all different parts. I wonder if they've ever actually put a skull together. You broke the fossil hundreds of millions of years and now I'm just jumping on top of it. Yes, make a parkour museum. That's how you get the kiddos these days. Just say like, you know, oh, parkour, and then add in a little jump, whatever, intersection between the two or something. Oh no, it's dark in here. Oh, that was spooky. Petrified wood. Okay, this is a tree. This is a tree. Corpolite. What is corpolite? A Chinlay formation. Well, that just kind of looks like a turd, to be honest. I'm not sure what this is supposed to be. Yeah. Oh, no, it is a turd. Okay. Duh. It says fossilized feces there. I was like, I don't know what that is. All right. Well, I'm a good poop inspector, apparently. Yep, that's poop, all right. Okay, let's go back to the lobby. And so there's a graveyard in North America, and I imagine, unfortunately, this kind of sucks for the Euro bros, but a lot of this stuff is going to be very Americentric because, well, he's from America, right? What is this? The Carboniferous. Let's go to the Naco Formation, the Taco Formation. Brachiopod, Subtilia. What is this? Looks like just a giant, round, like polished rock. I assume that's a shell. Is there something inside the clamshell? Because you can kind of see, like a ridge, the seal there. It's pretty cool. It's another one. Man, these things are massive. I keep forgetting of how big these are. Just a giant freaking clam. Composita. And these stones, you can go up. How do I collect these things? This is the thing I don't exactly understand. They're supposed to be collectibles, but it's like, okay, how do I know if something's collectible or not? Clam-like brachiopods from Payson, Arizona. Opening for the pedicle. Yeah, organ used by animal for attaching to the hard surfaces. Okay, so yeah, that's pretty cool. So this back, basically it grows something and it attaches to whatever it's trying to mount on. That's pretty cool. That's pretty neat. Composita. And oh, this is more petrified wood, maybe? No, I'm not sure what that is. Anthrosporifer. Anthracosporifer. Now this is definitely a shell. 300 million years ago. Kind of see the rock around it. The Anthrosporifer, 390 million years old. Oh, 309 million years ago. Beak where the valves connect. Ah, I see. It's like a up close thing. It's kind of like a fan. The fold-on brachial valve. Oh, that's pretty neat. Fish denticle from Nako Formation. Tiny, tiny denticle. Man. Finger for scale. Look at that. Hey, Dan, how's it going? I assume you go by Dan, right? Or do you do D4? This is a virtual dinosaur museum created by a guy, and he's a paleontologist, and he created a ton of this stuff. So he did photorealistic 3D models and whatnot. So we're kind of looking at all of this, and of course this is the ancient era. This isn't the dinosaur era, right? But I'm going to skip around sections and go to a non-dinosaur and then a dinosaur section. But yeah, Benjamin Moeller is his name, and he decided to put all of this. The Chad learned Unreal for this. What is this? Fossil shelled animal. So another shell there. You can see the Nautilus. Terrestrial exhibit. Yeah, there's a lot to this. And so he's been doing his project for paleontology for about 3 years. And this gaming endeavor has been about 1 year. So he had to put it all together. I'm sure he's working with a small team. Antiquitonia Portlaciana. Laciana? Yeah, I know. This is pretty cool. I'm a sucker for museums and projects like this because whenever you have a real paleontologist that works with this stuff, it's pretty cool. The brachial valve. That's the thing, the attachment point, right? See, and I kind of wish, it's unfortunate, it would be pretty repetitive, but like if there was just a definition of these things on every one of them, that'd be nice. More Protolacianas, costae on brachial valve. So that's the shell ridges, sort of the outer shell. That's what you call that, the costae. The spines, cool. No, this is pretty neat. Myelina. Shells connected at umbo. Let's see if I can pick one of these up. Yes, I can. Those ridges. It's like a spread. Someone took a butter knife and spread that. The muscle-like bivalve. So that's like the ancient precursor to modern muscles, I assume. That's pretty cool. Okay, let's go back to the lobby. I keep forgetting that the game's name is just called SHADOWBOX. Also, they sealed the Jurassic Park. It's sad. Okay, what is this? Oh, H era has its own little exhibit here. The Cliff House Sandstone. Neat. So every one of them, the Merino Hill Formation. Let's go in this one. Does that seem to have some bones? Ah, here we go. Here's some dinosaurs. To date, 4 species of dinosaur has been named from the Merino Hill Formation. The Zuniceratops, the Narthronocus jaywati, and the Susquita tyrannus. Christopher's Zuni horn face. It's a giant freaking tooth. Look at this thing. Freaking... Oh, no, that is his horn. That is not a tooth. I'm sorry, Mr. Triceratops. My bad. Cool. Oh, look at the divot in there. So when it's attached... I don't exactly understand how it like works. I guess that part was attached to the other skull. So you had that and then it jutted out. Grinding mouth with a wrinkled eye. So these are his teeth? Or part of his mouth where the teeth would have been held. Or something like that, like his jawbone. Yeah, see, I should be reading in the top left before I speculate. Because of course it's a jawbone, and then it's like herbivorous dinosaur, lower right jaw. The Jaywati rugoculus. Cool. It's almost like a raptor. And then finally, a Tyrannus. That's kind of what we're familiar with, like a Tyrannosaurus Rex here. And look at those little bones. Look at this little teeth area. Man, can I get a better zoom in? See, sometimes when you zoom in, this is up there. That's cool. It's very, very, very historic. Very ancient. 92 million years ago. You can see all the ridges. My goodness. All those ridges in there. those divots. Wow. What was North America like in the Turonian? Paleogeographic map coming soon. Welcome to the Merino Hill Formation, a late Cretaceous aged unit exposed in northwestern New Mexico, USA. Can't do that, but look at the spines. So that's the real spine structure, I assume. And then what is that? That's part of, not an arm. Maybe it is an arm. Maybe it's a part of a little arm flapper thing. Wow, look at all of this. Oh, I love how, like, when you come in, you can just, like, jump out. That's what you're supposed to do. Zuniceratops, the brain case. What is this? So this isn't back sort of near the throat area? And I assume that's the neck joint, the wobble. Like, I'm not sure how you would position this, but that's very round. Connects into the bone structure. I see the exhibit number on there, or the serial number on the bones. I assume they don't do that anymore. Maybe they do. You've got little pieces allowing for probably some flesh interconnectivity. So you have to have those openings to connect up to other joints. This is pretty cool. Oh, look at the underneath. It's really neat. Looking at some of the veins too, some of that stuff, you can see the different composition of things in the fossils. Looking at the veins over on the left hand side, I say veins, but they're like stripes of white. I wonder what that is exactly. Can I reach up there? Nope, can't do that one. The inside view of the Zuniceratops upper jawbone. That's the accessory dental foramina. So those are extra. I assume when they say accessory, those are kind of like extra teeth that aren't necessarily required. Ascendant process broken near contact with jugal. That's the part up here. The attachment area for the premaxilia. This is the attachment area over here. And we can look at that. That's super HD. Super good looking. You can see it. All that sharpness you can see. I say sharpness, but imagine this thing ate many creatures back in the day. You're looking at a bone that has eaten tons and tons of creatures. The divots in the background. More holes. And the connector piece is not here. It has to be on this side. So that's the connector piece. Can I see that one? Nope, cannot. Wow. What is this thing? The lower right jaw of this thing is massive. Good lord. I mean, you can fit in the mouth. You know, you're thinking about giant dinosaur creatures. This is his lower jaw. So this is what it would be like getting eaten, basically. Just standing here. Goodness. All the connector pieces. Let's see. This is the part that's connected to the skull on this end. Wow. I'm just looking at how it sort of connects and then juts out. So I wonder why this part juts out, sort of like a wingspan. Because I don't think we have that at all. I don't think our jaws have that little wing structure there where it's spanning outward. So I wonder, why did all the dinosaurs have the wingspans, you know, that jut out of their skull, or jut out of their jaw, I should say. Pretty neat. And this is the same thing? Yep, that's the lower right. So I assume this is also the lower right. Yep, same thing. The tooth rose, the thumb for scale. Oh, well, never mind. I thought this was a giant thing. He's just expanding it up for us. Okay, so they're actually quite small. An age which began 93 million years ago, Turonian. Okay, we've seen this. We haven't seen his jaw yet. So we can see how they're very similar but different. Like the other one was much longer. And then you have the Zunoceratops, which is smaller, it seems, and more compact. Doesn't seem like its width is much different, though. It seems like they have sort of the same width. It's just a different length. You can see the scale of it being less than 1 meter. Is there any sort of metrics on how big it is? Yeah, so it's not that big. Lower jaw of a rare Turonian ceratopsian. Crowns of teeth. Coronoid process, thumb for scale, attachment area for toothless beak. Predentary. Okay, where's the attachment process? Attachment area. It's this part. There's the hinge right there where it just like will connect up to whatever other bones they have. Neat. Oh, what is this? Oh, dude, look at that guy. I don't think I've ever seen that type of dinosaur before where he has the claws like that. What is this? That's cool. And that was a fossil found by him because it has his signature on it. What is this? I want to learn more about this guy. Hold on. The arm of the Northronicus. This, oh god, I'm not even going to try and pronounce most of this stuff. Hey, radius, I know that word from math. The ulna, the manus, the manal ungul. Wow. So they don't have webbing. Maybe those changed. I thought a long time ago, those types of claws that they had, they assumed there was webbing in between them, but perhaps that has changed. It's no longer the case. Whoa, the vertebrae. I can examine this guy. And it's on this guy, so there's his part of his vertebrae. Connects up to his spines. It's very triangular, probably for support, right? Because that's how a lot of good bridges are made, using triangles to support things. Using some engineering. Just looking at it, it's like, yeah, you can immediately tell off the ends. It's very triangular in a lot of ways. Very fleshy, or allows the flesh to go on the bones and stuff like that. Oh, there's the part that would be connected up to the, or not connected, but your spinal, whatever, spinal skeleton is there, and you can see the divots in there, the different ridges. That's too cool. The other side, you can't see much. And there's some divots. I'm just trying to look. Looks like this one had some dinged up, some places that are dinged on here. I assume when moving around and falling, because these things would have been fighting the whole time. They fall on their ground and they make indents in the bones. They almost like crack. I haven't seen a big crack yet. At least I haven't noticed it. That would be something to try and find, is if a bone cracked somehow, somewhere, or something like that. We've seen that already. I'm going to turn back on the music. There we go. Cool. It's weird. Sometimes it just goes dead silent. I haven't found any collectibles yet. The partial articulated foot. I cannot interact with that. The toe claw from an unusual four-toed dinosaur. Almost said that was like unusual, like from TF2. The blood groove. What is the blood groove? Does it allow the blood to get cleaned off of the tooth? I definitely see the blood groove. I never knew it was called that. That's really neat. Learning something new every day. So it'd bite into it and the blood would streak up onto the tooth. The right humerus. The leg, or the arm bone. The humor. the funny bone. It's the thing you hit and it hurts with the elbow. Definitely reminds me of modern day sort of chicken bones a little bit. Modern day bones where you're eating and the meat off the bone and stuff. It really reminds me of that. I assume that's pretty common in our animals these days. Pretty neat. There's a indent there. I wonder why that's there. Maybe muscle attachments. Maybe there's some extra muscle that gets put into that. Or that grows into that, I should say. The teeth of the Northronchus. Lance-shaped crowned. Root embedded in matrix. Tiny. Look at how small that is. Good lord. Large, low-density denticles. Weak serration, not designed for cutting. Right. That would imply he's the vegetable eater. The obturator process, major attachment site for hip and thigh muscles. Right, you can definitely see that over here for sure. That divot and just the roundedness allowing rotation. The ischial boot, possibly used by dinosaurs for support when sitting. Dinosaurs sit down? Wait a minute. They sit? Do they have chairs? They just found a nice little boulder to go sit down? Did not realize that at all. The ischial portion of the acetabulum forms hip socket with other hip bones. Okay, so that's just the hip joint. Cool. And this is what we were just looking at, I do believe. This is very flat, I've noticed. Goodness, look how flat that is. It's very thin. Very thin. The rear hip bone. You know, hip bones often break in humans. I wonder if that's kind of a same thing in dinosaurs because they're so thin. I'm sure they're very tough, but my goodness, I did not expect it to be that thin. You can see the connector point right there. Places that like keep the hips aligned and whatnot. And that's this guy. New dinosaur I never even heard of existing. He has a cool claw. He's got teeth. He's got some feet. Humorous. Very awesome. The right femur. What are we looking at? What is this guy? What is this guy? The Suscrituranus. And what is he supposed to be exactly? See, yeah, you had the podcast there. There's his right ankle. Pinched middle toe forms Arctotometaurus, a key trait in that Suski shares with true Tyrannosaurus. Tyrannosaurs, I should say. There's a whole lot of things I'm reading here that I have no idea. I don't understand any of it. But that's okay. I understand. It is an ankle bone of a dinosaur. The backbone. So his, like the vertebrae structure at the start, maybe allows some bone attachments here. You had the rotation, the giant hole in there. And then what is this one? Oh, this is the piece in that. So I assume this guy, there's a hole here, and that was filled by this dude. No, never mind. I was completely wrong. That was the tailbone. This is the backbone. I just assumed there was a hole, and I was like, oh, this piece goes in there. Nope, this is the tailbone, piece of the tail. So all their tails have multiple pieces of this thing. And this is another piece of the tailbone. Look at that. Look at the ridge. So the ridge... No, this would have been the bottom? No. It would have been like this, because the top part would have the outside, and the bottom... I'm looking at the graphic in the bottom left to try and make it make sense. So this would be the top that I'm looking at, and this would be the bottom. This is the ankle we were looking at earlier. Right. So this is the piece that's connecting up first. Are you praising Helix? Yes, praise our Lord Helix. I'm glad someone actually noticed that, Narilla. Thank you very much. Because I was like, how do I do a paleontology stream? What's going to be my prop? Gonna praise Lord Helix here. You can see that's the attachment for the toes on each one of them. Most of all of these fossils are by one dude. Oh, hey, and there's the man himself. Hello, Benjamin Moeller. Yes, it is. It is. I found a few models that weren't working, and it's working great so far. No, I'm very much enjoying this. The tibia. Thanks for your work in making this game. I've been going through quite a lot so far. It's very incredible. Very incredible. All right, the leg bone. So down here, sort of below his knee, I assume there would have been a kneecap above this. And you can see, I'm trying to angle it up to where it actually will be on the outside. So I assume this curvature here, it's probably like this, right? So on the left-hand side would have been the outside, and then on this side would have been on the inside. Oh, that's pretty cool. Look, got different sections that all connect up. And you have that piece. So the leg bone, there would be other bones. Just trying to picture this about it being like, this would be above, this would be like the knee slot. I guess above that would have been the knee. I don't even know if they have knees, to be honest, but I assume they do. Oh, what is this? This is the bigger leg bone. Okay, cool. So this is the bigger piece down there. Looks like a giant T. The carnivorous dinosaur leg bone. So he had to run a whole lot. See, it's very long going down. So this part would have connected over here. I'm not too sure. Just trying to play guess, connect the bones. I'm sure many paleontologists have a grand time doing that. We've already seen these bones, and we've completed this exhibit. Nice. We have not seen any collectibles so far, so they seem to be very well hidden. Go back to the lobby. And for our last exhibit... Oh no, I'm just warping into something else. Well, I don't think we're going to be looking at wood for the last exhibit of the stream, but this is all pretty cool. Oh wait, there are some dinos in here. What is this? Giant alligator, tooth of the Dinosuchus. Carina with subtle serration. Thick rounded tip to withstand impact. Teeth become more rounded towards the back of the jaw. Right, that makes sense. Kind of like ours do a little bit. I wonder what that is though. It's more of the teeth. The dermal armor. So this is his outside area. A lot of divots in there, man. A lot of pores. Seems like there's some damage on this side. Let's see this bone. Same thing, just a different bone. Cool. What does it has to say? Oh, this is the dermal armor, I believe. No, maybe. Not sure what this is. The slight keel, deep circular pits for muscle attachment. Okay, so that's what these are. These are for muscle attachments. I see. So the muscle would be attached there and kind of outgrow or grow around it or grow in it and whatnot. That's pretty cool. Oh, and I didn't look at this one. Same thing, just smaller. The crocodilian dermal armor. What is this thing? Black spot right there. Some of these pores sort of connect into each other a little bit, like these two. So I assume like the muscles sort of grow out and then connect to each other on the ridges. But some are hard stops. Pretty cool. These crocodilomorph osteoderms do not belong to Dinosuchus. Watch this space for an upcoming peer-reviewed paper describing them. Oh, that's cool. So these probably take you to the podcast, and they also do peer-reviewed papers. Very cool. The clade testudinita, also known as turtles. Oh, there's our turtle friends right here. Let's go look at each one. This is the turtle shell fragment from the Adocus. Different types of turtle shells. These ridges, very white. It's almost very flat too. Surprisingly how unround this thing is. If you think of the turtle shell pieces, and they're supposed to be very curved and round, but this one just feels very flat in a lot of ways. Maybe it's just that big, the surface area, or maybe it's just that small. Either way, same thing. This one's fairly fat. This one's thicker, it looks like. This one has a lot more, less. This is like random. It feels very random in how it looks, as opposed to this one feels very uniform in a lot of ways. This one feels like it has like a lot of random pieces or random dents. What is this one? What is that? Seems like there's something in the middle here. Just a piece of it. Maybe that's not part. Maybe that's some damage on it. Turtle shell fragment from the Trionyx robustus. Oh, look at that. Some of these divots connect. You can kind of see the ones on the left-hand side are connecting and the other ones are smaller and unconnected. And finally, another of the same type. Wait, these aren't all the same type, right? No, that's the Trionyx. But these two are the same types. Okay, this is more of the same. Yeah, his divots connect, as you can see. Very interesting how that all works. So you have like very uniform patterns, and this was how old? 84 million. So they're all around the same age? Yeah, they're all around the same age group, but very different turtle patterns. To read my peer-reviewed research describing the first Dinosuchus fossils found in the Menifee Formation, scan here. Oh, that's pretty cool, man. Good job on doing all of this research. The clade Dinosauria. Welcome to the Campanian, an age which began 83 million years ago. What is this? Oh, more petrified wood. It's very hard to tell petrified wood from bone. It really is. You look at this stuff, it's like, oh, that's the bone ridges. It's like, nope, that's some wood. And I want to go look at one dinosaur before we end. What is this ranch? Oh, this ginormous looking feet. Look at this guy. The Arizona's state dinosaur, the Sonorosaurus. Oh, that's so neat. Look at this giant freaking bone. His toe bone, in fact. Look at that. Giant freaking toe. Massive. This is kind of the stereotypical bone you see in comic books where the dog is chewing on something, like a dog, or, you know, the giant mammoth sized bone or something like that. Look at this tailbone. Wow. Goodness. I'm gonna go run on the ridge right quick. There we go. See, I've been able to parkour in certain places. Go up here. This one's purple. Why is he purple? Can't examine any of those. This is his tailbone. Yeah, look at that thing. And this is his, what it's supposed to be, the artist rendition here. What predators may have fed upon the Sonorosaurus Turney Ranch, Carnosaur Tooth. So these are the other things eating this guy. Okay, I see. The geological eras tour, because there's an absolute ton of stuff in here. Massive amounts of stuff that we didn't even touch. And this is the walkway that I saw in the trailer. This is really cool. And I'm just gonna, you know, go through it because you're walking through and you can see the text pop up and go through the years as you're walking through how long things were ago, right? And see how the bones are, you know, just sort of an overview through the historic timeline of things. And this is probably one of the coolest pieces of the exhibit, really and truly. It's just walking back in time, have like more fossils here and there, just showing it off. Now we're 50 million years ago. The Paleocene, the Cretaceous era, the Paleocene epoch. Yeah, things like this where, you know, you're getting older and older, different types of bones coming out. What is this? Oh, there's the Jurassic. Well, the Jurassic crypt was closed up. Yeah, no, it's really fun watching you explore. I'm learning a lot about the tweaks I need to make. The turtle fossils you were just looking at were freshly discovered last May and promptly scanned. Oh, that's pretty cool. I'm glad I saw that for sure. And there's so much here, and like, good lord. Yeah, you know, you've got an accurate timeline here because some things are very sparsed out. The Triassic, we're almost there. I just want to see the end. Look at that. The Permian. What is this thing? Good lord, 250 billion years ago. The footprints. The direction of movement. Oh, that's pretty cool. So they found footprints out somewhere and have been able to determine that it was part of this period. Man, ancient history. Good lord. It almost kind of looks like a cat from far away. Skeleton of a tiny head Permian herbivore. Yeah, dude, that definitely felt like a cat to me. Like, look, it looks a little bit like a cat, you know? At least to me. I'm not sure why, but it definitely looks like a curled up one. That's pretty cool. And now we're getting into the Carboniferous period. Lots of like the rocks and whatnot. Lasted 60 million years. Sweet, there's only about an hour's worth of stuff to look at so far. Well, really? I mean, I've been going for an hour and I'm nowhere touched the like maybe half? But then again, I go slow in museums because I really like museums and stuff like this where I can just go the whole day. There's the, hey, this is the stuff we looked at, the hexagonaria? I believe that's what that was. We saw that towards the start. What is this giant piece of something over here? That is an imprint. The jawless fish from Scotland. I did not expect this hallway to be so huge. Congrats on making this, by the way. I assume we're coming up towards the end, but big congrats on this. It takes a lot, and you actually did Unreal, and you chose Unreal correctly because one of Unreal's big appeal is that the graphics are so highly detailed and great. A little glowy. Hey, there's the coins that's spinning again in the skull. Oh, that's too cool. And that is it. This is the end over here. Oh no, I can't go anywhere. All right, well, that's going to be a good ending screen. Okay. Well, thanks everybody for watching. I am First Hour, the one and only time villain VTuber, and this has been SHADOWBOX. It is essentially a virtual dinosaur museum tour by Benjamin Moeller. Yes, you are welcome, Narilla. Thanks everybody for showing up and watching. There's been a lot of cool stuff in here. It really has been. There's a tons of good things you can see and look at because there's all these high detailed models, which is what you don't get with normal virtual museums. Like usually virtual museums just kind of have a recreation of it and they have images, but no, this has fully 3D detailed models. Benjamin Moeller is here in chat and he says, thank you. It was a huge amount of work over the last 14-ish months. Over a year. Yeah, see, this thing took over a year to make. It is that incredible. I'm glad I caught the end of the stream. I'll watch the beginning later to learn more. Oh, okay, well, yeah, for sure. I usually take down the live and then put up a highlighted VOD, so to speak, and then I make shorts out of them. So, yeah, just for content purposes and whatnot. But yeah, no, that'll be up for you to watch later, man. I appreciate it, and I will be posting some stuff in the forum later on. Oh, hey, Rita. I'm a friend of the creator. Well, welcome in. You've caught the last bit of the stream, but it should be up. So if you have the link, there you go. Thanks for playing. My programmer will watch it too, but he's taking a nap right now. Oh yeah, no, I totally understand. It is Happy New Year. Happy New Year to all of you, by the way. It's going to be a great 2025. So completely understand that people are taking naps, people are tired. Hey, I get it. I stayed up really late last night too. So cool. Well, thanks guys for watching, and that's all.